All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I would like to go ahead and call to order the Town of Haymarket Planning Commission meeting for this evening, December 9th, 2025. Roll call, please.
Baker,
Here.
Gonzalez,
Present.
Young,
Present.
Kress.
Present.
Thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This now brings us to citizens' time. Are there any citizens wishing to address the Planning Commission this evening who do not have an item on the agenda? Yes, please go ahead.
There we go. Good evening, Chairman and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Gabriel, and I'm here as a Haymarket area resident and someone who cares deeply about the long-term planning, safety, and economic health of our town. I want to speak tonight about the Lumina rezoning proposal. Even though this decision is technically in Prince William County's hands, the impact of this project falls disproportionately on Haymarket, and I believe it's important for this commission to formally express concerns on behalf of its citizens. First, the traffic's impacts to Haymarket are simply unacceptable. According to the applicant's own traffic impact study, the intersection of US 15 and VA 55 already operate at level of service F and will remain at failing conditions even without this project. With 247 new residential units, the study projects 2,000 additional vehicle trips per day. Importantly, the study shows eastbound traffic from the town towards 15 will experience the longest delays in queue spillover, with a projected queue time averaging 3.5 minutes in the PM rush hour for eastbound traffic, up from an existing 1.5 minutes. This is a direct burden on Haymarket with no legal mechanism to require mitigation. Second, this project creates a major disconnect in the town's long-range pedestrian and multimodal vision. There's a planned shared use path along US 15, but it is currently only designed for the west side of the highway, the opposite side from where this development is being proposed. That means residents of Lumina will have no safe, continuous pedestrian route into the town, and anyone walking or biking will need to cross multiple lanes of high-speed traffic where no controlled crossing currently exists. A walking community cannot exist when the only path system is on the opposite side of a 55-mile-per-hour highway. Third, the project fundamentally alters the transition zones between the town and the surrounding open space and low-density areas. The county's own cultural resources review recommends a phase 2 investigation and notes that archaeological and historic sites or graves are recorded on the project area. This is one of the last open undeveloped gateways into the town, and once it is mass graded for townhomes and stacked units, that character's gone forever. Fourth, the proposal undermines future economic activities for both the county and the town. Site is already zoned office mid-rise, a designation intended for employment uses, professional services, and commercial tax-based expansion. Converting one of the few remaining commercial parcels at the town's edge into dense residential closes the door on long-term job creation and leaves Haymarket with increased traffic, increased school load, and no fiscal upside. Additionally, the most concerning issue from Haymarket's perspective is that the applicant is intentionally building right up to the town border, but not in the town. There are roughly 4 acres that sit within Haymarket proper and are not being developed at all. They're being used as green buffer space, stormwater retention, and environmental and grading relief area. All taxable value, all residential density, and all economic benefit are placed entirely in Prince William County. Meanwhile, Haymarket absorbs the visual impact, the runoff receiving area, the traffic burden, and the loss of future commercial opportunity. This is an asymmetric land use agreement where Haymarket receives all of the impacts and none of the benefits. In closing, I respectfully urge the town of Haymarket to communicate clearly to Prince William County that this rezoning does not support its transition goals, undermines pedestrian safety, and diminishes the town gateway, and places all costs on Haymarket while providing no direct benefit. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Are there any others who wish to speak? Yes, please speak.
Good evening, Commission. I'd like to thank you all for volunteering and sitting and taking the responsibilities. It's a big job to accept the responsibilities of land planning with the decisions that are associated with it. Land planning decisions can be landmark decisions that changed the profile of the town. Uh, If I go back in the history of Prince William County, or with the town of Haymarket, we started off with Longstreet Commons, and then we had Green Hill Crossing come around. That was before my time. That was pretty much when we started to grow and show a population growth in town. At that point, we started to get our ordinances together and put things together. My complex was pretty much one of the next ones. It was 18th century Haymarket. Um, Previous to my complex's design, they intended on putting an apartment complex there. Uh, there was a huge scare when they found out that that apartment complex would double the population in Haymarket. They scrambled real quickly and they put in ordinances where no land in town can have more than four housing dwellings per acre. As we grew, we softened up. We understood some of the complexities with land planning. Some of the neighborhoods that popped up, Sherwood Forest, Alexander's Keep, those were relaxed. They relaxed the housing to be 6 per acre and the townhouses to be 8 per acre. And then we had Haymarket Station come and Villages of Haymarket. Now all of a sudden we're up to 8 houses per acre. These are houses. These aren't townhouses. So you can see the densities starting to come in and take place. As a matter of fact, the biggest impacting decision that was made with land planning was Crossroads Village, where we decided to go with a mixed complex, right? Mixed use complex. There, you still kept with 8 townhouses per acre, but you also had the residential in there, or the commercial in there, as well as a few other things that haven't even been truly addressed yet. We're just now getting into a site plan with a 6-story hotel that's going to go in the corner. We're just about, if not now, opening the daycare, the child care that's going in there. But this isn't even completed, and you can see the impact that the western side of Haymarket has become because of these land planning decisions. So, to sum it all up, land planning decisions make a huge impact on the town of Haymarket. What's going to be presented to you tonight is a rezoning for the eastern side of a parcel of land for rezoning to a mixed use, just like with the western Prince William County. This decision that gets made on this parcel of land will be a landmark town profile change in which densities could create more traffic, even though you do have a lot of traffic going on with Prince William County's development around us with the crosstown traffic because of it, as well as what we bring into town with denser plots of land and residential as well as business. This decision, because it's so impacting, may intimidate you. Your volunteers, you may feel, okay, I don't have a professional education for land planning. I know you, Jerome, have a little bit of background on it, but the others may feel intimidated. Don't. All I ask is that you vet every angle possible. I mean, the stress this makes on our town park, the stress it'll put on the public and safety services that the town offers, as well as the impacts on the schooling, since we're already at full with the surrounding schools, right? Just make sure you make an educated decision. Take your time. Don't make haste. Don't make a hasty decision, because haste always makes waste, right? Again, don't feel intimidated. Do it the right way. Use your professionals. Use the staff to understand everything. Use legal to make sure that you understand what your rights are, as well as the property owner's rights. but definitely make a good, educated decision. That's all I'm asking. Thank you. And I'm Citizen Larson, 6752 Jefferson. I don't know if I added that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And are there any others who wish to speak? Seeing none, do we have any emails or other communications? No? Okay, thank you. We will now turn to the minute approval. Are there any edits to the minutes as approved, or excuse me, as presented? Seeing none, do I have a motion to accept the minutes from the meeting from November 18th, 2025?
I make a motion to approve November 11th, Planning Commission regular meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been so moved and seconded, so we'll go to vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Right, any against? None? Okay, thank you. And next, we will turn to our agenda items. The first one is for rezoning number 2025-01, rezoning for 14600 Washington Street. Emily?
Yes, thank you. For all of those following along, we are on packet page 6 with a memorandum here introducing this project. So I'll take a brief moment to introduce the project. Again, tonight, all we're doing is setting a public hearing date. So Greystone Developers has submitted a rezoning application for 14600 Washington Street, locally known as the QBE property. This application has been fully accepted by the staff and referred to the Planning Commission by the Town Council. Town Council on December 1st referred this down for Planning Commission to start on. The application is for 58 townhomes to be placed at the QBE property through a rezoning application. A portion of the commercial will remain in place, and then a portion of the existing commercial building will be removed. So the full details of the application are on the public agenda that can be found on our town website. For those of you commissioners who are sitting here tonight, we have supplied a printed copy of it up to a certain page just because of the length of the document. But again, all of those documents are publicly accessible to anyone who would like to access them. If a printed copy is needed of all the documents, citizens or commissioners can notify the staff. So with that purpose and that in mind, we are looking at setting a public hearing date. I put in here the proposed January 13th, but thank you, Chair, for the reminder that we had talked at a previous meeting. We were looking at moving that date due to a lack of everyone being able to attend, and we were looking at January 20th, which is a Tuesday at 7 p.m. for our Planning Commission meeting that month. Is everybody able to make the 20th?
And that should be fine with the MLK holiday, correct?
That would be, yes.
Okay. And is there a timeline when we have to set the public hearing for this? Is there a set amount of time in 60 days or something like that?
We want to go ahead and set the public hearing tonight, and then I will have an updated timeline in our next agenda packet with our staff report of the required timelines that we need to meet per state code.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I would like us to set the date. We will need to put out public notices accordingly. So nothing before the 13th, but if the 20th does not work for everyone, please let's discuss now. I know you're on baby watch.
I do understand there's an opportunity to attend virtually. Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay, then I would be able to attend at least
Okay.
virtually. Yeah.
Okay.
I should be able to make it. But
Okay.
I've got some things moving around with support of the U.S. Navy in my day job. So I may be traveling to the West Coast during that time. I don't know at the moment.
Okay.
That may get shifted to early February, so.
Okay.
But as of right now, I should be
Okay.
good for January 20th.
Mr. Baker,
I'm all in.
you're all in. And you're good, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, yes, I should be good. The question though, if it were to be pushed to February, would that still fall within state guidelines? Or is that kind of pushing? Just for clarity's sake.
We would be pushing it close. But let's set the date. I was gonna say, does the 27th work any better? But I guess you don't necessarily know
No, but I will say that January 20th would be
better.
probably a safer bet at the moment than early
Okay.
February.
Okay. Okay. Mhm.
Would you be able to attend virtual? If you were at your job? Well,
Hard to say.
Possibly.
possibly.
Possibly, 3-hour difference. So I'm
Right.
trying to think it'd be 4 PM out there.
Right.
If my day's wrapped up by then. Right now, there's a high chance I will be here.
Okay. Okay.
I just wanted to give that caveat just in case.
Okay, so what I would recommend is that we set the date for the 20th. And then can we go ahead tonight and pick an alternative date just in case we need to modify anything? But I would plan that it's the 20th. Right, Kim?
Could the second be 27th? I mean, is that a possibility?
Yeah.
As a backup, as an alternative.
Because we'll have our additional member appointed.
That was my next question too, right? The potential next member.
We hope to have that vacancy filled at the December 18th town council work session.
Okay, good to know.
That'll help
That'll
us
give us
with
a
making a
quorum.
quorum when a member is out. Okay, so we will set for the 20th.
We'll set for the 20th.
Okay,
27 alternative.
let's
I think if
hold.
you keep it this, I think if you keep it the 20th, you would still have your new member plus, and they would be attending physically, even if Mr. Young can't be here, you would have a quorum in
We'll
and
still meet the
Mr.
quorum.
Crest could join virtually. So that would still give us a strong quorum.
Yes. So,
Okay.
at the bottom of page 6, we have a draft motion. If you'll have someone make the motion and then please change that date instead of reading January 13th, please let it be the 20th.
I draft motion, I move the planning commission set the public hearing date for the Schoolhouse Commons rezoning REZ 2025-001 application for January 20th, 2026 at 7 PM at the Haymarket Town Hall.
I second that motion.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Got quiet.
All right.
For Tuesday, January 20th at 7 PM.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're moving on to the next item. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So the next item on the agenda, number 2, is the Chick-fil-A drive-through expansion site plan. Emily, will you please lead the discussion?
Yes. 1 second. Okay, so we are now on packet page 261. So, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A visited town back in, I guess it was spring of this past year, late fall, spring of this year, for a special use permit to expand the existing drive-through and add an additional lane on site. It was ultimately approved by the town council in the spring of 2025. And then we've been working with the applicant since on the site plan for the proposed improvement. So the applicant representative is here tonight. So I will invite up Ashley and Kelly both to the podium, and we will allow them to go through their presentation of what they are proposing on site for this addition. In your packet materials, you will see the comments that the town of Haymarket had, as well as Bowler's responses to those. We're in the final stages of addressing minor comments, and so at this time, town staff is recommending a conditional approval. But again, we're going to hear from the applicant. Please feel free to ask any clarifying questions that you may have of the applicant or myself. So I'll turn it over to you ladies. Thank you for coming tonight.
No, thank you for having us. Do I have to push, or is it working? Good.
It should be good now, yep.
Hi, good evening. I'm Kelly Posesny with DLA Piper. I'm a land use planner, and with me tonight is Ashley Green with Bowler Engineering. So we are working on the site plan with Emily and Katie with the town staff, and we're here tonight to answer any questions you may have. I'm going to turn it over to Ashley. She has done all of the technical work on the site plan, and have her give you a quick run through, and then we're here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
So with this plan, we're proposing an additional drive-through lane. And with that, it is being bumped out into the adjacent bank parcel. So we are doing improvements with their drive aisle and angled parking up to their building.
And commissioners, if you would like, I know that this is a small copy. They do have a larger copy that we can unroll and set up on the dais if anyone would like to see that. Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, turn that mic on and you can talk from there.
Yeah.
If you want to talk from there, then you can turn that mic on right there.
Do you want me to go over there?
Wherever you, yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah, no, kind of, I think Happy.
There you go. And I have the comment response letter as well.
Thank you.
There was marked in red was the.
I circled some of the things that we addressed. Would it be beneficial if we just went comment by comment, or would you rather just flip through and see if you have any questions?
Yeah, you can go through it.
Go through it? Okay. So our first one was providing additional plan names for the adjacent properties. This one is not yet resolved, as we were waiting for Emily to send us the town of Haymarket plan numbers. All the Prince William County ones are added, and those are on sheet like C 1.2, circled as number 6 in the demolition plan notes. So once those numbers are provided for us, we'll add them to that note. Any questions on that?
We're just waiting.
Yeah, we've been working with Emily. She's going to get us the numbers.
Okay.
She's been gracious enough to find them for us.
Perfect.
So,
All right.
and then we'll add them.
Okay. Our second comment, it was commented that there was a fire hydrant missing near the drive-through entrance. But after a site visit, it was determined that the two that we are showing on the plan are the only two on that site. So everything should be shown on sheet C 1.2, and I did circle them on here if you wanted to see those.
Are they circled near, is it, you said near the, I guess where it's the pavement marking typical? Is that the lower right?
Sorry, can you see?
You wanna pull it over?
C 1.2.
Yes, so this one right here in
Oh,
this
it's on the right-hand side.
landscape island, and then one towards the exit. of
Oh,
the
down there.
drive-through.
Okay, I see. Oh, okay. Sure, yeah, please.
That's my.
Get that chair out of the way.
So this one and this one. Yeah. I'm glad I printed out the big sheets.
I was like, bring the big one.
Very helpful, thank you.
You can stay, y'all can stay
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Circle up.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one was more techno, or were there any questions on that? Okay. The next one was a little bit more technical regarding stormwater management. They're just looking for us to discuss channel and flood protection. So I added just more to the narrative on sheet 4.0.
I'm sorry, which comment is that?
Comment number 3, add discussion of channel/flood protection/sheet flow quantity compliance with the current regulations.
Who owns or does the stormwater? Is that Boulder? Is that?
So it's going to a pond. It's not on our site. It's, I
Okay.
think when it was like an overall development,
Gotcha.
Coral's development, I think it was previously designed as.
Okay,
I'm not sure who manages that pond.
okay.
And I apologize. I think I was seeing his comment 3 was about the van accessible spacing. Maybe double check pages.
So I'm wondering if those are the previous comments from the previous submission. So this is the.
What date is that one for?
Yes, they are. They
Uh,
are not from Friday's submission. They are from the second submission.
Okay.
comments. I can give you a copy of it.
Yeah, I don't have those comments.
Because, yeah, the one I had was still from September in the packet I had received. And if there's been December responses.
Thank you. I think you're on the van.
Yeah. So
The
you start.
agenda had already gone out, and then we got the third submission in, so.
Yes, this is what we had received in advance, these comments. So if it's, I see from December 5th on Friday.
Yeah, we tried to get them in before the meeting so that,
And were those on the
Good faith.
website as well?
No, those we can get those over to you guys.
Okay, that's fine. And the comments from September, are they reflected in the December Friday comments? Or
Yes,
responses?
and so the second submission, the comments from September and that submission are what we've recommended conditional approval on because they were more minor in nature with where we're at in the review process. And so they've addressed everything except for the site plan numbers, which we need to supply for them.
Okay, so it's the rain from September. So anything based from September is already, would we have a possibility to discuss those, or is that are the
We
next
can-
from December?
Yes, we can discuss them. Just know that they have work to address them, but we can discuss how they address them.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you for that clarification.
So do you want me to still go through these ones then, the old ones?
Yes, I think if that's okay with my fellow commissioners to start with September and then work our way into December.
Okay.
Um,
I think it was a van one, right?
Van parking.
I know, yeah. September.
Yeah.
Right?
So-
Pull it up from September, that's okay.
I think it was determined that only one van spot was required because the bank and the Chick-fil-A are all considered one parcel.
Yeah.
So given that we have 580A, only one needs to be van. So there's one van provided in front of the Chick-fil-A.
And yes, you had mentioned again, it's the bank and the Chick-fil-A, and there is one. And is that as one, but like the other parts around that are separate, right? Is that how it's considered? Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So bank and Chick-fil-A together. Okay,
Okay. On to the next one.
sounds right.
Clarify whether average daily trips is for Chick-fil-A specifically or overall development. Provide existing and proposed estimated vehicular trips for both Chick-fil-A and bank. I added note 5 on sheet C 2.0. It was revised to read that the average daily trips for the restaurant is 3,256. This number has been revised to match what is shown on the previously approved plan. So that's also been revised on the cover sheet.
Okay, and I did have a question on that, on those trips there. You said the previously approved, was special use permit, is that right? So, because I was curious, with the current size of the Chick-fil-A, what IT trip generation addition was utilized, as well as, again, if it was based on, again, that kind of, the previous approval, I believe from 2015 or so.
Yeah, so
Is that
that
right?
number was directly copied from the approved plan.
Okay, that would have been ITE 9, 8 or 9 at that point?
I believe so.
Okay.
Quick question, with adding another drive-through lane, that means adding kind of more service that you guys are gonna be putting out. Are there any numbers that you've run or that you've seen that you can kind of provide us with now opening a second lane? What kind of numbers you would be outputting?
So I don't think that would affect how many more people are coming. That's just Chick-fil-A making it more efficient to get the amount of people that are already coming through faster.
Okay,
More people are using the drive-through than parking and going into the restaurant.
yeah, okay.
Do you think more people would be exiting the parking lot at once, though? Double the people are getting serviced at a time?
That, yes, that could be a possibility.
It comes back to a singular exit point from the drive-through area, so I think that still mitigates some of the wool service.
Right,
that
it
concern
funnels.
there, because they're funneled back into
Right.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
one. Yes, and when they did the SUP process, the general layout of this was previously approved. So it was going through the technicalities of getting it into a site plan. And then the biggest concern at the time with council was ensuring that the fire marshal was also on the same page.
Any questions? All right, number 5, indicate locations of the FDCs and hydrants for each building on plans. I think we kind of covered at least the hydrant portion of that. There are no FDCs for this building per the previous plans that I was able to find. A sign designated for relocation on demo plan could not be located on the site plan. The sign has been revised to remain, so that should show up now on the
Yeah, the
plans.
wayfinding too.
In the summary sheet.
And I'm
Sorry.
curious too, on that previous plan, apologies, Emily, do you know what that number was of the previous approved, like the SUPs and site plans and things like that?
For Chick-fil-A specifically, or the adjoining sites?
Adjoining sites as well, and
That
Chick-fil-A.
We will gather all of those and they will be put in on the cover sheet. Yes, we know them, we need to gather them and have them on the cover sheet.
Okay, thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Any questions on FDCs, fire hydrants, signs?
All right.
Number 6, with the proposed break in the curb, is more flow being directed toward structure number 078. The drainage map included on the erosion control plan is not clear. Provide more clear pre and post development drainage areas with structure numbers, C factors, areas. Excuse me. The erosion and sediment control plan is now broken out into 2 phases, as you can see in the set on C 3.1 and 3.2. Existing and proposed storm conveyance calculations are on C 3.4. So here's phase 1. Pretty sure this is the structure that was in question, because we've got the curb break somewhere in here, so lots kind of flowing that direction now. So we've got phase 1, phase 2, which is now showing that as a larger area. And then here's the existing versus proposed calculations. I think I did rename the structure numbers though, so it's not 078 anymore. So I'd have to flip back to see what I had it named as.
And would that be further updated to get the structures in the same numbering?
Yeah, everything's been updated. the stormwater question from the most previous questions were pretty technical, so a lot more information has been added since the September version.
Okay, okay.
Yes, that was like the third one that you haven't gotten yet.
Mhm.
The latest one, right? So
Yeah.
we proceed forward, right?
Yeah.
We don't be here too long, you know,
Yeah.
all these plans. So let's, continue going.
Playing catch up.
Yeah, it's the next comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or-
Provide stormwater management calculations, narrative details, and maps. And the stormwater management plan has been added. I kind of discussed that earlier because it was in the most previous ones, but full narrative, and there are reference sheets to the previously approved plans, so you can see where I'm pulling information, numbers, calculations, all that.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. How will the existing tree in the island in front of the bank be preserved, protected during construction? The existing trees are to remain. They've been added to the existing conditions plan on sheet 1.2, and tree protection was added on the ENS sheets.
And I apologize. What comment number was that one?
Number 12. Did I skip a sheet?
No.
Yes, I think we said,
Oh, I did.
unless people had something, 8, 9, 10, certainly, we can
Yeah.
proceed at a pace we need, right? So let's continue.
Comment 8. Label existing finished floor elevations, all building doors, including bank and building. Those have been added to sheet 3.0. Home Depot.
Yeah, certainly, unless, I guess, just speak up if anything, otherwise it's
Just
just
interrupt.
keep it steady, yeah.
Slope between the proposed catch curb gutter at the north end of bank building parking area and the tie-in existing pavement seems excessive. Revise. These slopes in the gutter at the north end of the building are now within allowable range. You can see that on a grading plan in C3.0. There's also a lot of that area has been revised in the most recent set as well. Label tops of storm drain structures on the grading plan. Those have been added to C3.0. There appears to be a low spot created in the sidewalk. Like I said, a lot of that grading along the sidewalk has been updated in the most recent revision. There appears to be, I think I already said that, coordinate high points and low points with drainage area maps. The maps and the ENS sheets have been revised to match up with the ridges shown on the grading plan.
OBC. I think.
3.0.
Yeah,
3.0. Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to catch myself.
Right.
To get to December. Okay.
Sure, and I think too, maybe as I'm thinking out louder, I know some of these are broken up into multiple subsets, so maybe if anybody had a question on any specific ones, maybe we called out, otherwise maybe a general explanation and response, like of the summing up maybe all the 4 points or whatever points are in there. We'll probably keep this moving forward, so I'm good. I mean, unless anybody has anything more, I'd continue on to comment 9, or response 9, comment.
So we'll just playing catch up.
I got it.
Yeah.
From that.
I didn't know if part was September and then we move on to December. comments.
Well, is that right? Is that what we,
And do you have a copy of the?
Those are the December ones.
These are the.
Right.
Okay.
We have them.
Like, is that
Right.
part of what we received?
No.
no, that was,
So, in Emily's defense, we gave it to her Friday.
Yeah.
The agenda was submitted out, they submitted in the third submission of it, but when we submitted out the agenda with the second submission and the comments we had already received.
Yeah.
We as staff are still recommending a conditional approval that all of the comments are minor in nature for Katie and myself and Lydia to address with the applicants.
Right. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Right, and I think it is helpful, I mean, what was put out, the public record was the September ones that's going to talk through. Maybe we'll go quickly through the December ones when we do get there, but that is something we'll have to ponder
No problem.
as we get there, but I think it sounds
We
good.
did that because we wanted to make a good faith effort to show you that we're working with staff. So if you do give us conditional approval, we are serious and we will address any issues you have where staff does. So that was,
Yes, that's great.
well, why Ashley did all the hard work.
Yes, and we're grateful,
It's the
that you are
royal
here
we,
today.
but-
This is good, to be able
It's
to talk through
actually
some of these.
her.
Yeah.
So-
So that's very good.
Okay. Comment 9. Ensure LOD and LOW are coordinated to encompass all proposed work. This is updated on all sheets. Provide erosion and sediment control notes and narrative. This is added to sheet 3.3. I think these all kind of go hand in hand with the, just adding the erosion, splitting it into 2 phases. So that's already been discussed.
Okay.
Labels added. Provide documentation, this is comment 11, an analysis for adequate outfall, which we've already discussed. We added a narrative on sheet 4 point, I don't think it's that, 4.0. Okay. Comment 12. Okay, this is onto the landscaping. All landscaping changes have been made on sheet L 1.0. Tree protection added to the ENS sheets. There was discrepancies with the plantings overlapping with the building footprint. That's been resolved. We've added the reference plan in the back of the set for the previously approved landscaping. And now our landscaping matches up with that landscaping.
And I did have one question, perhaps with this group here in L 1.0. I guess was it putting the existing landscaping by the building? That's what's been circled in red on L 1.0. No, if you're at the back now, but
The shrubs that were like on top of the building that we were asking about.
yes,
Yeah, I think that was just an error on our end. It
Oh,
was
okay.
shifted the wrong direction.
got it. But it's those are the existing plantings since they are gray here. Is that right?
Hard to tell. The demo plan. Are they labeled on here? Sorry, I don't do the landscaping stuff. So.
The landscape architect, right?
They don't have a label on them, so those are existing.
Okay,
Yes.
that was again the one on L 1.0.
Yes. Provide final lighting and photometric plan. This was added to the set. No changes were made to photometrics, so we just referenced the previously approved plan.
Okay, because I had noted on I think the bank drive had 0 foot candles, but again, if that was the previous plan, that's the previous plan, and that's understood on that front.
Provide additional signage for new one-way traffic pattern. An additional stop sign and do not enter sign has been added. See sheet 2.0. Line work for existing features and parking striping where bank parking only signs are proposed parallel to Washington Street. All that line work has been added. Drive-through exit signage currently directs traffic toward I-66 or US 15. New signage appears to direct all traffic back towards the Chick-fil-A. Revise the signage. We provided a full-on signage plan on sheet C 3.5. And we coordinated with the town to minimize unnecessary traffic from existing onto Washington Street. Will the restaurant remain open during construction? The restaurant will be closed during construction. Delineate the buildable area on the plans. This has been added as a separate inset on sheet 2.0. Revision shall have a completed revision block on each sheet identifying the revisions. In addition, revision to an approved plan shall include a detailed narrative. This narrative has been added to the cover sheet.
I apologize again. Now here I am saying, to jump back to on 14 again with the signage piece. Oh, those are reflected on 2.0 and then 3.5. Okay, and that's where that sign on 3.5 you mentioned just to left for the 55 westbound.
Yep.
Okay, that's good to know. And okay, I don't know other commissioners.
You mentioned that it will be closed during the construction.
Yes,
Estimated time of completion, like duration.
that I do not know. But we can get back to you with this next submission.
Yeah, we can ask the operational folks to let us know. We'll let Emily know.
Now, for the backside of your building, is that road still going to be open that goes behind by the trash cans, Lifetime Dental? That will still be open?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our limits of disturbance is mostly southwest of the site. It's not really anything on the north end.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point too, I think. So, because when I was reading this earlier, and I think we see, so you could go around back behind, and drive out there, then you come in front of the dentist office there, and then that's where that stop striping is there, and then you can only go right if you're driving there. And then across from that, you have, if you're coming through, I guess from that shared aisle near Washington Street that runs parallel with Washington Street, you could come behind, or excuse me, beside the bank, where obviously that's how the angled spaces are displayed, and then you have to turn left once it gets into that drive. I know those are some of the big changes. That's why I just wanted to point that out there, that seems to be the changes.
Two-way street or just one way?
I believe it's two-way back there.
Okay.
I don't think it's labeled.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know C 2.0 may have some of that information.
I did have one more question with the signage. Is there any way that we can do, or VDOT can have like kind of a demonstration or a simulation of having the two drive-throughs and give us kind of a study of how that pattern will work?
So like a trip analysis.
Yeah.
Situation.
For your next. Sorry, I know. I wish I knew I would have
Add more
shut
work
it
onto
off.
us.
I know, sorry. I would have
Um,
known.
I'll ask the question to the
Could
client.
you ask and see, I don't know, if they could do some? So if they can do some kind of simulation demonstration of having now the two lanes, what it would look like with the flow, with the new signage of exiting towards 66, any impacts,
There should be no change in that signage. It should all remain the same because they're going from 2 lanes back into the same 1-lane exit point.
yeah,
So you guys have the.
Yeah, like it.
So all of
Mostly.
these things were discussed through the special use permit process of it, and so.
All the way to the back.
so this is more just like a volume.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, there was a study.
So there was a
associated with that.
study discussed, we discussed volume of it, and so ultimately what the planning commission and the
Mhm.
town council decided in 24 and 25 is that they were in support of a second lane going
Yeah.
in, and what the true request here is to come onto the bank property and to
Yeah.
take that and expand it to the 2 drive-through lanes. But then when you come back up here, so if you want to come
Yeah.
look, so this is still the same
Lane
exit
exist, yeah.
point. So they come back together, they merge back in together, and then they're still only exiting the drive-through from one singular point. So that signage that's right here that says take a right for
I-66.
I-66, eastbound 55, Route 15 is still going to be there. And then the signage that's here is to say westbound 55, Route 29 is going to still route you out this way. So that signage there is still going to remain.
Mhm.
When we had the SCP conversation, we had talked about additional signage, trying to encourage people to get back to this point here, so that if they get back to the rearmost exit of the property, then you're on Crossroads Village Boulevard and you're on that spine road that brings you to the light. So they've also addressed that in their new signage plan to try to encourage it. That still just takes time for people to learn that that's an access point.
Yeah.
So there will be signage recommending such though?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what we've asked. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We'll verify it.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah,
there.
it's in there.
But yeah, we had asked for that additional signage to encourage it. Originally in the SUP process, we had talked about, and Chick-fil-A had asked if that could be I believe it was entry only. And we had
Yeah.
highly recommended and asked that it remain as it is, entry and exit point onto the site, so that we could still continue to use Crossroads Village Boulevard as a spine road to pull people out, get them to the light, and let them make a safer left and right hand turn with a signalized
Absolutely.
intersection.
Yeah.
So yes, the original traffic impact analysis was discussed during the SUP process of it. The original concerns regarding how does this change additional trips on site were discussed at the time. Chick-fil-A corporate came up from Georgia,
Mhm.
had conversations with the town, stated that their new model for the franchise is going to these mobile through lanes
Yeah.
and really pushing that mobile app and mobile ordering service so that ultimately, should this owner operator choose to do so, this outermost lane can become that mobile through lane to get people in and out in a quicker fashion versus those who are arriving on site to place an order when they arrive. So that's how it was discussed with us. At the time, the property owner who owns the entirety of the corner land came and was very much in support of this. And discussions on how it impacted the bank and modifications they were making to the bank site so that
Yeah.
all parties were still pleased with the outcome. Parking is not impacted on the bank site. They're still meeting all of our parking requirements. We did have some concerns on how the fire marshal would approve the plan and how they were going to address it with emergency ingress egress and then their ability to access the entirety of the site. That's been demonstrated here in a plan page.
I think they mentioned that on the September or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So we
So-
have email
yeah.
coordination
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
fire
They
marshal
mentioned in
approving
that,
it.
okay.
Yep, so we have all that. So really, at this point, it kind of comes down to putting what was approved in the special use permit
Yeah.
into the site plan phase and the improvements, making that modification to expand the property into the bank area. They've well addressed our concerns we had on the buffering between the parking and that drive-through lane and making
Yeah.
sure that there was something very much in a visual and soft or hard capacity for a buffer to protect not only the vehicles, but also the pedestrians. So that's thoroughly been addressed as well.
I think that was it.
Really,
The curb.
really, that's
Yeah. And the
that's
bank is
it.
still one way. And
Bank
then,
bank goes to
and then
one
go
way.
away.
It's
Yeah.
two-way now, but it goes to one way.
Yeah.
So it'll just, it takes everybody a little bit of time to relearn, see the new signs that get put up. The individuals who go to the dentist every 6 months, when they go back again, it'll be a little bit of a different change for them. But we're confident in how it's been laid out that it'll work out just fine.
Yes, and I think as a clarification too, from the September 10th, 2024 meeting, just so we're aware, clear, we did recommend to deny, but then the town council and working with the applicant later recommended to approve the special use permit. And now it's more of a technical piece of making sure that the site plan meets our requirements. And it's just a little bit of history there. Just
Yeah, that is
there.
correct. Staff initially recommended denial of this. Planning Commission recommended denial of it. And then ultimately the town council voted to approve the SUP.
with conditions.
Yes, with the
Yep.
condition that it met the requirements of the fire marshal. Yep. Any other questions you guys have? Anything I can help clarify?
Jeff, well,
If not.
Let's Well, I think I had one question.
Okay. Yep.
And I think it's actually not related to the comments, actually, I don't believe, or though maybe it was with the fire marshal, where it, the fire marshal Lowe had mentioned from Prince William County. It's a 15-foot wide road, and it's not kind of adjacent to the building. Could we just look at those a moment?
And here's the coordination where he approved it.
That's his.
Right. This is back here.
Oh, sorry.
I was just curious, because that kind of, where that's depicted on the plan, maybe on the full size, probably
I thought he
2.0.
wrote it.
I don't have the one with the dimensions
Right.
included in this set. Because
Yeah.
it was in the most recent comments.
I think he wrote it on-
2.0.
I don't remember which one. I think it was
It's in this, it's in your packet one.
Okay.
3
Here you go. It's on the
2.1.
packet page.
Oh, sorry, here.
2.1.
2.0 on the sheet. That was in the packet there.
Here you
Right
go.
there, right there.
Here you go.
Right.
Let me zoom
One
in.
above.
You want 2.0?
Or 2.1. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is
It's that one
2.1.
there.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
2.1.
the
You're right.
shaded area
Yeah.
here with him showing or them showing the maneuvers and Low Linden, right?
Linden Low, that's right.
Linden Low.
Yeah.
That's right. Fire marshal there. So that, was that 15-foot wide road, where was it at? Was that like in the rear of the property? That's where I was troubled, just knowing where it was.
Yeah, I think it's this.
It's-
It's the new one-way.
So the bank,
It's
so
the
if you
tight-
see-
I believe it's this tightest
Yes.
section here.
Oh, for the bank
in
one
the
way.
Bank one way.
The
It's
bank
that
one-way is
portion.
15 feet. The
Yeah.
truck does fit through there, but
Okay, so the
fire
truck
marshal
fits.
decided that it doesn't have to.
Right, because if you're on the north or south of the bank building, you have the 150-foot coverage for the fire hoses and
Right.
and hydrants. Okay, thank you. I just want to see where that was. I wasn't sure if it was the rear or the side or exactly where, but you've shown here that the truck can fit, but also you have the 150-foot requirement that Prince William has for fire coverage.
Yep.
So, okay.
I'm good.
Any other questions for them?
Seeing all the plantings and things like that were in line with the zoning ordinance, right?
Yes, they
Correct.
were, we're working actually on a bond release over there for the original build of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And based on the current status of the plant material, we are working with them on doing the amendment, bonding it, and kind of resolving the
The issue.
planting issue we have with this new
Yeah,
amendment.
because I know.
Right, and not that that's necessarily germane to here, but I was curious about why it wasn't, the as-bills weren't there or bonded from 2015.
We still hold them. They just really started working on the as-built process in the past 2 years.
When they wanted to make the driveway changes, right? Okay, so clarification, thank you.
So if you guys don't have any other questions,
Make a motion.
there is a draft motion on that memo page.
Already got it up. You guys-
Okay, well. Okay. I'm good. You're good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks
Do you want
for.
this for any reason?
Oh, we're gonna post it.
I'll be like-
You'll be
Gonna
getting
make-
an
Thank
updated
you.
one for us
That's
soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming and explaining. Thank you. That's appreciated.
Better than looking at the tiny photos. Those help. Here, get out my magnifying glass.
Yeah. Right.
Any other discussion before?
We can discuss that as a motion if you want.
I move that the planning commission conditionally approve the Chick-fil-A site plan to expand the existing drive-through lanes. The expansion will include an additional lane on site with modified parking and curbing on the adjoining property as noted in the site plan. All comments from the town staff shall be addressed in full prior to the approval of the site plan and signature by the zoning administrator.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? I just want to point out, I mean, I know these are very minor things and I know the recommendation we have, but nobody had seen the December, common responses, even if they were minor. So there's that piece of it. Might be good to look back on that front, but, if we want to move forward, that's fine as well on that front. I would like a little more time to look at it personally, if we're not on the hook to have to do it, but that's my piece on it, and it's fine how we wish to vote. If we want to move forward.
You want to look at the December emails and see.
Right, and check too, I didn't have enough time really to look at some of the pieces in here, though it's been clarified here. But that's just for my take on it. We can proceed if we wish.
Can you get a copy of the December 5th? I don't know what that, is that gonna get a kind of under the voting? You want to review that first?
Right,
Vote.
that's just for me there. I mean, not to review it first, we can, that's just discussion on the motion, that was just my thoughts on it, so.
So you want him to come back to the next meeting to represent?
Yeah, we'd have to vote. It's been
Yeah.
seconded here, so,
Yeah.
and that's fine, I mean, that's,
And then redo it, and then it would.
The other thing, if everyone is comfortable voting on the conditional approval, Jerome, you and I could also set up a meeting. We can go through it. this week, and also when they send the other submission in, if you would like to look at it more, we could do it in that capacity unless there's a hesitation on voting. And we can hold off on that till January, depending on how everyone feels.
Right, yeah, maybe we could find some time. Let's sit down, needed if we want to proceed on the vote. Otherwise, if we could wait till January. But again, it's been moved and seconded.
Do you want to,
We have to vote it though.
yeah,
Right.
you would
Hasn't been
have
voted
to
on.
rescind the motion. Vote.
We'll just move forward.
And then, Justin, you would have to second the reset. Uh-huh. And you can make a motion to table this until January meeting for approval. If that's your.
I'm just
I-
guessing.
So we just move forward and vote the way you want to vote.
Well, I understand, but then I also understand where Jerome's coming from, where he wants to review it. So I'm kind of stuck in a hard place because I know he wants to review the 5th.
I'm good waiting for Jerome to review it.
Okay.
So
Just
I don't know what's on the 5th that
Are there specific concerns that we could try to address in discussion here tonight? I'm printing the December 5th response.
what do you think? Could we,
I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but just curious if there was specific concerns that we could break through.
would you be able to like review it in like if we take a recess, you review it and then come back?
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that, yeah, if it worked.
Could we do this? Could we print it, have him review it, take a short break, let him review it, and then come back to vote on it?
Yes, what I would ask is if we do that scenario, let's rescind the motion, table the conversation.
Yes.
Go ahead and complete item number 3. I believe we have citizens that are here waiting to hear how we are going to discuss item
Yeah.
3. And then following item 3, take a brief recess, have everyone spend a moment with the responses, look them over, and then come back to item number 2, Chick-fil-A, to discuss it after that.
Yeah.
recess. Is that
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Sounds good.
okay?
So Walt,
Okay, I rescind my motion to move the planning commission conditional approval of Chick-fil-A site to expand the existing drive-through lanes.
I reset or second. Just
Okay, so, okay. I'm gonna real quick.
And then can that be, is that a voice vote or is that?
Go with-
Yeah, you can just do voice.
Okay, so all those in favor, so we would second the rescission? Aye,
aye.
Aye.
okay. You need to move to table.
You have to say move to table? No?
Oh, okay, that's- okay.
Come on back to this.
Thank you.
Because this was a order, this is for item number 3. This is not Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Thank you.
No,
Comments?
Yeah, just recommendations.
Okay, with that being said, for the moment, as we've just discussed, we'll go to item number 3, the agenda item, which is the 1 mile review, Prince William County rezoning 2026-00020, the Lumina rezoning. Emily, please.
Yes, thank you. So for those newer members, the town of Haymarket receives 1 mile review courtesy notifications to review rezoning applications and special use permits that are filed with Prince William County within a 1 mile radius of our town boundaries. And so we have received this one. Comments are due from the town of Haymarket on December 29th. And so I've brought this to the Planning Commission this evening so that everyone can begin to share input and thought on this project. There was a project that was proposed in this same parcel property area couple years back that was tabled and canceled, and this new project has come forward. I will start off from a staff point of view and say a lot of the same concerns remain. Specifically the traffic impact to Route 15. There is only at this time a singular entry exit point for this higher density residential use, and the exit point is in and off of Route 15. We all know, we live here, we see how it backs up when a train comes. We see how all of the commuter traffic, the general traffic of the area, the school traffic is up and down Route 15. And this is just going to further add to that. Based on how the road is currently designed and laid out, I think that road improvements would begin to mitigate it. However, I have concern that it would not be fully mitigated without a proper signalization or a different entry exit point onto the site. We do also have some concern regarding the density of it and the pedestrian safety. So, you know, the town of Haymarket is working to pride itself on being a walkable community. We're really trying to take our steps and actions to show that we've completed our streetscape. We invest in our pedestrian safety here in the town, and putting in this high density of residential that doesn't have safe pedestrian access into the town of Haymarket really limits these residents and how they can interact and come up into the town and have the conveniences that we have here. So another concern that we had on top of just the volume and the density that is being proposed on site. So what I have printed for you, you'll see there's in this bottom table here, there's proposed development, and it lists out 3 different types of houses, and they have here the total units that are being proposed. So 247 units are being proposed. That's a combination of approximately 141 townhouses and then 106 multifamily stacked units on site. The proposed color code is down on the right corner of this document that I've also that I've shared with you, so you can see how they're planning to lay that out. The multifamily stacked is the brown, and that is what is in front of the neighborhood and along Route 15. The developer is proposing that the 4 acres located in the town of Haymarket is to be utilized as their open green space, potential trail, and stormwater facility. And so I will say that currently that 4-acre parcel is zoned as conservation. And so when the town of Haymarket designated this zoning there, the goal was to keep an open space in this area and work to protect some of the natural scapes that are there in the area, to include North Fork Creek. So keeping it green space certainly goes a little bit more in line with the conservation district. However, we do have limitations on what can be built in the conservation district. So there will be discussions of how the stormwater facility gets presented and submitted to the town of Haymarket as an application. But they're not, again, they're not proposing any residential units to go within the town boundary. So those are my major top comments on this. Looking to hear back from commission on what your concerns are, so that we can prepare our comments. Council will also be sharing their feedback at a work session next week. And then we'll have everything summarized and sent over to the county by the 29th. So I would ask commission at this time to share concerns and questions.
Well, I'll start off. So one of the things that's already been addressed, that we've heard earlier tonight is adding more residents, more places to live for people without the county first addressing the burden it's going to put on things. In other words, putting the cart before the horse. So addressing where they're going to put kids in school. You know, the eastern part of the county has lots of recreation facilities and stuff for people. We get more and more people here, yet everything's being built on the west side, the east side of the county, I'm sorry. We have no indoor facilities for any kind of stuff like that. Additional stress on, emergency services and things like that, police force in the area. One of the biggest concerns is traffic and also schools that we keep hearing about over and over again. So I would recommend that the county address that first, dealing with how they're going to handle all this stuff, and then worry about putting the homes in. The next question I have is, what is the elevation of this area? Because when I've seen to drive along 15 in this section, it gets very swampy in this. So is it a low-lying area?
Parts of it are low lying, yes. So parts of it will need to have grade changes. And then you'll see in this document I passed out that there is a protected area here of waterway. And then North Fork Creek. So when you cross over the railroad tracks on 15, North Fork Creek is right there. It kind of dances along the railroad track and comes in behind some of our storage lot that we have in our industrial zone. And so there is a portion on the west side of Route 15 that it is very low lying. It's part of Leopold's Preserve back there. And so there are wetlands in that area, and that's west of 15 across from this.
Having a background in hydrography and hydrology, I was going to ask you this. If you build up the land there, has there been any thought on what it's going to do in shifting the waterway itself or the groundwater and any of that kind of stuff?
Those are questions I will ask them. We are actually going to be having a meeting with the developer team next week, and they're specifically coming to ask us about building the stormwater facility within the town acreage. So I will ask them that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Sure. And just as full disclosure too, though this was done by my previous firm, I have no knowledge of this plan, for I left the firm in July.
Thank you.
So full disclosure there. So I've not seen this plan or anything like that there. So just a couple of my questions there on that front. They mentioned that the town portion is not part of the rezoning, but I know there's the storm pond there, the stormwater facility. So I think to Commissioner Young's kind of question, that may be another point of what impact to the town that may have. I mean, there might be concerns about potentially, affecting things in there, maybe elements of the town. So just clarification on that, to kind of guard that there. Related to the traffic study questions, I didn't see exactly mitigation at the intersection affecting the one in town in Cap Valley. I understand in the background conditions, it's roughly 3,000 seconds of delay for those trying to exit Cap Valley, and it goes up to about 4,000 with the build. I didn't see a mitigation there. That's affecting us in the town. That's, again, doubling. 1,000 seconds right there.
To clarify, that is Cap Valley Way where it outputs on Route 15. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, in the traffic study. So that's, Cap Valley, that area has, some businesses and ingress and egress related to the gas station and Great Maine Brewery back there as well, and other businesses too. So I didn't see anything on that front for that, increased delay.
Can you tell me again the delay increase numbers that you just read off?
Sure, and if I can pull it up back here again. If I'm able
Because
to.
I know while you're pulling that up, So Cap Valley Way is it is the only point on the west end of town to exit left onto Route 15 if you're not going through the signalized light at 15 and 55. So I know a lot of our industrial businesses use that as an entry exit point, as well as some of the other businesses that you had mentioned there.
I guess there's the land loading, but I think I glanced at, I think in the future background conditions, the intersection 3 westbound, which is Cap Valley at intersection 3, that's roughly 2,900 seconds in F. I know it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
And it's worse, I know, from existing. I understand that piece as well. However, with the total future conditions, it jumps up to roughly 4,000 seconds. I know there were concerns about the main intersection 15 and 55 shore, but it was a Cap Valley piece. So I didn't know if there's, and I know in the study, I believe in the conclusions was stating, well, it's similar enough to background conditions, but it's 1,000 seconds. I mean, you're getting high up there. The other question I had, I think, was, I know, and I mean, again, I don't know, I believe this was put from before, but is there anything to be done with the railroad crossing? I know there have been discussions, I think,
So
but I hope that's what's public.
Prince William County has been working for many years now on a application to modify the railroad crossing here on Route 15. And so many times they have applied for grant funding, federal funding to get this. We have not, collectively, they have not been successful in getting an awarded grant for this project. So it's coming back up for another submission to it, but at this time, it has not been funded. It has been planned, it has not been funded.
Okay, thank you. And I believe that's all I had on those couple of questions.
Okay. Any other commissioners have any
Yeah,
additional
I would
feedback?
love, it's with so much going on in the town right now, to Walt's point, traffic studies, where the kids gonna go to school, what's the impact that's, it's gonna have even on our fire, police. Well, have they done those before, suggesting these go in? And then also if it's a wetland, like, have we done any soil studies to see if they grade it, even if they grade it, compact it, like, what's the long-term effect with that soil? What kind of soil is it over there? So just things to look at for when they do, or if they do build these homes, are they just going to shift and then now people are having stormwater problems? So that's something, they could look into.
Anything else on this one? I will take these comments and concerns and share them as well with the town council. And then we will prepare our comments from the town of Haymarket, and we will submit those by the date of December 29th when they're due back. And then this will become a application that we track and we give updates to the planning commission. And that's where it'll fall into the old business category. And as needed, it'll come back up on an agenda item if we need to submit additional comments on additional second and third submissions of the application. Okay. So if there's no other comments or questions on that one, I would ask that the commission go into a recess and individually take a look at the December 5th comments.
From recess to the meeting, and I believe before we jump to old business, there's more in the.
Are you going to go back and decide if you're making a motion on that?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A one. You're right. That's right. That's the question of motion. I mean, I'm fine either way. I've spoken to, I've looked through some of these here during this recess break, and I feel pretty okay with it. But again, it's just that matter of tight timing. So I'll leave it at that. But however you wish to proceed.
So with that, if one of you has a motion that you want to make, you're going to refer back to the memo page and you make a motion and we can proceed from there.
Go ahead. I'll let you do it. Oh, you want me to do it this time? So I
Have it a second.
I motion to move the planning commission conditionally approve the Chick-fil-A site plan to expand the existing drive-through lanes. The expansion will include one additional lane on site with modification parking and curbing on the adjoining property as noted in the site plan. All comments from the town staff shall be addressed in full prior to approval of the site plan and signature by the zoning administrator.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Voting is open. Okay, voting has been closed. The vote is 3 in favor, 1 opposed, and the motion has passed.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, I believe we're now in our standard piece of old business. Emily.
Yes, so for old business, I got a lot going on. Okay. So in the administration report that goes out monthly to the town council, we keep a running list of everything that's currently happening. So I'm going to just run through it kind of quickly. And if you have any questions, feel free to stop me as we go along. So Town Center site plan, this is an approved site plan for our town property here. Staff is currently working with the town council and we are working on discussing the funding options. And so we will, I'm sorry, I didn't print it in your packet. I see you guys all shuffling, looking for it. I can print it for you if you would like, but it is our monthly report that we go. Normally this section's a verbal update. In the future, though, I'm happy to include a more monthly style report in there. So Town Center site plan, we're working through the funding portion of this and hope to be moving forward in our new fiscal year with the funding and construction of this project. The Haymarket Iceplex, they're working on an interior build out. So they're working directly with Prince William County on building permitting and inspections. We just went through Chick-fil-A with their site plan review. Robinson's Paradise, that's located on the north side of 66 and the bridge over Jefferson Street, bridge on Jefferson Street over 66. So Robinson Paradise, we've had some flooding issues happening on site. Town engineer and I are working with the developer to try to figure out what the issue is, remedy the problem. We're working with those homeowners who have been affected. There are old homes in the area who have been affected, as well as a couple of the new homes. So that is something current in discussion.
Is it on the far end away from Jefferson with the homes that are being affected?
It is on the north end back here. If you were to head like you're going towards Battlefield High School out Jefferson that way, it's on the left-hand side over here, right after you cross the bridge, those new homes.
Okay, I know it said, but you said some of the homes are being affected. So are the homes being
yes.
affected on the away from the road or the ones closer to the road?
You know
Or
the
mostly
old-
the smaller ones that were there originally?
Most of the smaller ones that were there before have been the ones that are affected. And what we're finding is that there are poor soils in the area and there was significant groundwater in the area. And so when the new development went in, the groundwater is being pushed elsewhere. We've been doing a lot of review of the geotechnical report. And the geotechnical I would have to look at the date because this was originally submitted in 2008. This is a old site plan that they updated, most recently updated to bring it up current with state code requirements. So we actively also have a grant, and we are working with a consultant company on stormwater issues, not only in that area, but also along Jefferson Street and along Fayette Street. So active conversations on those two corridors and what we're experiencing currently, and then what can be done to mitigate and what that repair looks like and who's responsible. So that's where we're at.
That's where the Crossroads D. Horton.
It's a
Yeah.
D.R. Horton, is that developer back there. So that kind of covers the Robinson Paradise update. Van Meter with Robinson Village, we're finalizing some of the bond releases there. That project has been fully built out since late 2023, early 2024. Crossroads Village Center, we're working on the as-built review portion and bond release there. We just started on as-built review. Same thing with Taco Bell site. We are in the as-built and bond release phase. Kitty Academy wrapping up construction, and soon we'll be doing a final zoning inspection so that they can get their full occupancy released from Prince William County. Carter School, the Carter School is located down here on Washington Street near Haymarket Baptist Church. We are working with them on finalizing their submission of their site plan and bringing it back to the Planning Commission to address. So that one will be coming up in the new year for Planning Commission. Self-storage, this is located in the industrial area. It is right there along the railroad tracks, so we're working on the preliminary plan and awaiting next submissions. Haymarket Lifetime Smiles, so we are awaiting a submission of the as-built so that we can begin that review process and bond release. Blight Drive Townhomes, so you guys worked on this plan. I think most of you worked on this plan. It's for 11 townhouses at the north end of Blight Drive. And they had received approval for demolition of the 3 single-family homes that are there on that site. That demolition has expired, so they will need to resubmit and go back through the process of receiving a new COA for demolition. They still have active the site plan, but in order for construction on the site plan to go through, the demolition will need to be reapplied for. The Masonic Lodge, staff needs to touch base with them. We were awaiting some conversations with them in the late 2023 era, and then this has sat a bit stagnant for a while on what they are wanting to do. So we'll be reaching back out to them soon and making contact. Fayette Street, down at the south end of Fayette Street, we've received a first submission of a site plan for 2 single-family homes to go on site. They're right in the curve of Fayette Street, and then right where it straightens out a little bit. So you have 2 new homes that were recently built, an older home, and then there's some land there to the right. It'll go there on the right. So those comments were given back to the developer, and we are working forward on that one. And then Jefferson Fayette. So this is the corner of Jefferson and Fayette where the 2 single-family homes have gone in. We are working with one of the homeowners on some concerns he's had on site with some of the developer's work. And then we're working with the developer on finalizing everything they needed to get done and then awaiting the as-built submission. So these are the main bigger projects, but that's what we have currently happening. Are there any other questions I can answer?
Just touching base on the Blight Drive, again, you mentioned the demolition site plan. That was a site plan that involved that potential sidewalk connection back there near Alexandria's Keep, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So there was a lot of discussion. There's a portion of the sidewalk that got approved and included. There's a portion that did not get approved because the HOA existing with Villages of Haymarket could not come to a final agreement with the developer. So there is a portion of it, and then there's going to be a small portion that did not get built out, and that's on the Villages of Haymarket HOA land.
Thank you for that clarification. I do remember that from the site plan process.
Anything else? Okay.
Hearing none, I will turn on to new business now.
Business.
Turn to new business, rather, excuse me.
Yes.
Emily.
So we're working on some notice of violations for a couple properties around town. A lot of those will be going out here soon this week, so we'll be following up with how that process is going. This evening, we set our public hearing date for our rezoning project within the town limits. So that's been one of the biggest items that is coming. We've also received 2 preliminary plans, one for a hotel here on Crossroads Village property behind the CVS. And then right in front of Kitty Academy, we've received a preliminary site plan for a retail multi-tenant building in that section. Any questions on those items? Okay.
Well, thank you again. Again, it's
Mhm.
good to, from our meeting last time, these are turning forward. So thank you for getting us updated there. Next, we'll turn to the ARB updates. And I believe, Emily, you may have this one, I believe.
We did not have a meeting. So we don't have any updates at this time. We will have a meeting this coming Wednesday on the 17th. We have a simple sign application on it. And we will also be discussing with the ARB, the strategic plan, which is next on our agenda coming up. And really, that's everything for ARB at this time.
Okay, thank you. And nothing more, I guess we'll turn to the town council updates now. Councilmember Baker.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it back to Emily.
Sounds good.
If we-
So I want to put this, so we're on packet page 300. I wanted to put the amended strategic plan in front of the commission. So I just want to ask that you guys take your time looking through it, reading through it. We will be discussing it again in brief on the 18th at our December work session with the town council. So that's next Thursday. We moved the date of our meeting because of the holiday. So this is what the council came together on November 1st and worked on amendments, modifications, updates to their strategic plan. It's been in place for 1 year now, and so we've made some great amendments. You'll also see in this document, we've added some things, and we have a section where we were able to move items into the successfully completed section. So we have that there. We do have one additional item that we get to move over there. That's a really great thing for our police department. We've achieved the initial VALEPSI certification. So the Town of Haymarket Police Department is accredited now. Chief and his team accomplished that major achievement last week. So we're very proud of them. It was a goal that we were looking to reach. So that will get moved more into a maintenance line item. And then lastly, on the very last page, I just wanted everyone to be aware that these are the top 10 priorities as voted on by the town council. We had council complete a survey and they ranked them in the order that they felt they should take priority. The lower the number, the higher priority. We will be making some notes on the document to make sure that it states that. But if you see a lower number, that means it is higher in priority based on what they voted. So again, please provide any feedback, comments, questions, concerns. I'm happy to stick around and talk one-on-one after the meeting if anybody wants to. If you have questions now, I'm happy to take them, or we can meet at a later date. But again, we're just looking for community feedback to give to our town council to keep this moving forward, but have everybody aware of what's happening.
Thank you. And will there be a formal planning commission portion of looking at this, or is it more just an informal discussion amongst the community?
So I would say that we can take this time to review everything. If you guys have comments, we can put it in our January meeting and have a formal discussion and then provide feedback or input to the town council for them to deliberate on.
And again, is that the January work session meeting you just mentioned? I apologize if I misheard.
We can, commission can meet in January and have conversations about it. And I can let council know that the commission and possibly ARB want to provide comments to them and that they could review them at their January work session. So we would discuss January 20th. They would discuss January 27th, 26th, January 26th at their work session, and then hopefully adopt it into approval on February the first meeting of the month. It's, I think, the 4th. Yeah,
And so-
February 2nd.
Okay. And so ultimately, at our in a January meeting, we might have more discussion on this. Is that, like, as an
Yes,
agenda item? Is that what I'm hearing
absolutely.
correctly?
Yep, we can
Okay.
absolutely have more discussion on it. I can have Kim flag it to keep on the agenda, and then I'll notify the town council and let them know next week that planning commission is gonna be taking a look at it and provide some comments and concerns or questions to them.
Okay, and I think that would be great, again, with the community piece of it, yes, and
Mhm.
town council aware, planning
Absolutely.
commission, it's good to have multiple thoughts and opinions on these things, which is good. So, great.
Absolutely.
Thank you on those. I don't know if anyone else has any questions on those.
I don't have any more updates on the council side unless you want to cover anything, Mr. Baker.
Saturday, we are going to be having our holiday event. Our bazaar, event coordinated by Julia Crawford, and come shop with the vendors, see Santa, official lighting of the Christmas tree at 5:30. Also at our December 1st meeting, we recognized all our winners from the Haymarket Day Parade, Park Valley Church for their support, and Scout Troop 924 for their help. Also, we had a presentation from the Haymarket Food Pantry. Our PD lobby is a drop-off location for the boxes boxes of basics and toys for tots.
Who is that?
The police department.
Mhm.
I wonder, did we get any, is that like going out to the community? Yes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
publicly posted that we're a drop-off location.
Okay.
Year round, we're a drop-off location for boxes of basics. And then during the holiday season, we do the Toys for Tots drop-off.
Perfect.
Just out of curiosity, did they give a status of the venue?
That would be for Emily. I would, like, if they need, I
Can you
think,
ask your question again? I'm sorry, I missed it.
So they come and greet you with the food pantry? Is that what I heard?
So with the food pantry will give us updated list of what they need, but what we're accepting for is boxes of basics, which is clothing for school-age children, and they give that out to children in need in the community and do that. And then for the upcoming holiday event, I believe Julia's posted what they're accepting and what they're looking for the food pantry for drop-off on Saturday here.
What time is the drop off on Saturday?
It'll be the entirety of the event,
Okay.
so 2 to 6 p.m.
Okay, great.
as a town hall will also be closed noon on December 22nd and remain closed to the public until Monday, January 5th for Christmas holiday. Staff will be posting emails and town manager's phone number in case of some assistance. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. And if there's no other business to be discussed, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I second that.
Well, the motion first, sorry.
I made the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Oh, second that.
Okay, it's been moved second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.